Hey, good morning, everyone. Grace and peace. Welcome to Find the Intersection. My name is Paul Dezay. Today we're talking about Psalm 71, first 6 verses. So this is what we do every week. We use the Revised Common Lectionary for the past Sunday passages, and we work backwards to create a Bible reading plan. So this coming Sunday's Psalm is Psalm 71, so we read those on Thursday. The goal of the whole week is to see the themes, the threads that run through the 4 passages. And so we do that on Fridays, which we'll talk about tomorrow. But let's get into Psalm 71. So Psalm 71, in my Bible, the heading says Prayer for Lifelong Protection and Help. It doesn't say the author. So here's what we got. When I read through the Psalm, I noticed that it appears to be a person who maybe is older in age, who's looking back upon their life and believing that because God was faithful and has been faithful, that he'll be faithful in the present and future. And so we see the psalmist experience God's power and protection in his youth. And that says that in verse 6, upon you, verse 5, for you, O Lord, are my hope, my trust, O Lord, from my youth. And then what we see is that he's learned to acknowledge God as his rock and refuge. And I want to emphasize the word learned because he's an older person looking backwards. And so if you see in verse 6, it says, upon you I have learned from my birth. It was you who took me from my mother's womb. My praise is continually of you. We see that in verse number 6. So ultimately what we have here is somebody realizing that God has been faithful in his past. He's learned this. He's gained wisdom because of God's faithfulness in the past, which leads me to my final point today is past faithfulness leads to future hope. And I believe that's something that we can grab hold of. God has brought us to today, I believe. He has led us to today. His spirit of love is constantly being guiding us and directing us and encouraging us. And so because of that, we can have faith that God is working for us today, and he will be tomorrow, which brings us hope. So anyway, that's what I got today out of Psalm 71, verses 1 to 6. God is my rock. He's my refuge. And I can trust him. He's done it in the past, and he's going to do it again. So, hey, share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about the intersections. And man, this has been a really good week, and the connections between yesterday's reading and Jeremiah and today's reading in the Psalm are beautiful. So hopefully you caught that, or you will catch it. Anyway, we'll talk about tomorrow. Grace and peace, everybody. Have a good day.